we have my phone almost on a daily basis gets calls every day from players. I want in. How can I join LIV? I tell them, I'm so sorry, the shop is closed.
Has Greg Norman completely lost his mind? His latest jaw-dropping move at LIV Golf has made everyone think he's completely lost his marbles, and it put him in the middle of a big controversy. His decision to abandon the pursuit of getting recognition at the OWGR and the public chase after former Masters champion Hideki Matsuyama were both labeled as disgraceful moves and something that shouldn't be happening in golf at all, especially when Hideki just managed to get a win after 2 years of no significant results. See, Greg Norman has always been a bit of a lightning rod for controversy, ranging from lawsuits connected to sexual assaults to joining the sketchy LIV Golf. But since taking charge at LIV Golf, he seems to have taken things to a whole new level. After securing Jon Rahm for LIV for a whopping $450 million, Norman boasted about his phone blowing up with calls from top players eager to jump on board. But the players who've joined since, Tyrrell Hatton, Adrian Meronk, and Anthony Kim, are hardly household names. Hatton's known for his fiery temper, Meronk for his Ryder Cup disappointment, and Kim for vanishing when he was at the top of his game. Sure, there might be some curiosity about Kim's return, but it's more like watching a train wreck than witnessing greatness. Norman's latest move, though, takes the cake. He openly admitted to actively pursuing Hideki Matsuyama, a move that's raising eyebrows and drawing severe criticism. Matsuyama, fresh off breaking a 2-year dry spell, recently claimed victory at the Genesis Invitational against a stellar field. Norman didn't hold back and said, "We've been trying to get Hideki Matsuyama to sign with LIV Golf. I don't mind admitting that. When Hideki won in LA, what's the first thing I did? I said, 'Congratulations, Hideki, I'm proud of you, mate.' And it's a move that's rubbing many in the golfing world the wrong way, likely because of Matsuyama's immense popularity in his home country, which made things look like all LIV wants is his fans, and not him as a golfer. Norman might honestly want to rethink his strategy before he tarnishes his legacy even further." He also added, "One thing I do is I take emotion out of everything. I'm very good at that. I don't bring emotion into business. I don't bring emotion into anything. If you do, I think that shows the weakness of an individual." When Rory McIlroy missed out on the 2011 Masters, when he hit that wayward tee shot on the 10th, I sent him a message of support because I felt his pain, and he responded with a thank you. And if Rory wins this year's Masters, I'll say congratulations on achieving the Grand Slam. That's sport, and that's sportsmanship, and that's the humility of the game. That's me. That's how I would do it. But let's be honest, most of us wouldn't think of Norman as humble. It's not great that he's announcing his pursuit of Matsuyama to everyone, and he's fully aware of what he's doing, even though he might claim otherwise. The problem is that those things are usually kept behind closed doors. It's important to note that Matsuyama is hugely popular in Japan, especially since he won the Masters. He gets a lot of attention from photographers and journalists, both on and off the golf course. Everything he does gets noticed by the whole country. We've seen Matsuyama play at the Open, and it was honestly surprising how many media people follow him, and how many interviews he has to do with Japanese media after each round. It seems like it would be tiring for him, and he sometimes looks kind of exhausted. Mind you, Jon Rahm was reportedly paid $450 million to join LIV, which caused a big stir in our sport. But if Norman can convince Matsuyama to join, it would be an even bigger win for LIV. But why is that? Well, it's simple. The TV and live streaming numbers for the Rebel Tour are very low. But if Matsuyama signs, there will be a lot of interest coming from Japan. Let's be clear, LIV needs to get more attention if it wants top sponsors and a mainstream TV deal. Right now, the money they're getting isn't enough to keep things going. Eventually, the Saudis will want to see some results for the money they're putting in, and Matsuyama might be the solution. But then again, the way things are looking, in case the PGA Tour loses Matsuyama, they only have themselves and no other to blame, and they may live to regret it. It just seems like they don't see him as the prize asset he so obviously is, and it's confusing why they don't. Matsuyama's victory at the Genesis was his 9th on the PGA Tour, making him the top winner among Asian golfers in the USA. Matsuyama also made history by winning at Riviera, becoming the Asian-born player with the most tour wins, 9, surpassing KJ Choi. He's now ranked 20th in the official world golf ranking. He's also the only male Japanese golfer to win a major. He's well-liked, has a great attitude, and good looks, making him perfect for marketing. But Jay Monahan and his team don't seem to understand that, since they kinda don't see his value. And obviously, Norman noticed that and decided to hop in to stir some drama. Regardless, Norman's pursuit of Matsuyama is terrible. Matsuyama will keep getting asked about joining LIV every time he's at a PGA Tour event, which could get annoying. So don't be surprised if Matsuyama will join LIV soon to avoid all the questions. But that's not the only drama Norman has been involved in lately, since LIV Golf has decided to stop trying to become officially recognized by the World Golf Rankings. In a letter to the players, LIV CEO Greg Norman explained that the Saudi-backed golf circuit won't try anymore to meet the requirements for earning OWGR points. These points are crucial for players who are not exempt from major championships based on previous wins. The letter read, "We have made significant efforts to fight for you and ensure your accomplishments are recognized within the existing ranking system. Unfortunately, OWGR has shown little willingness to productively work with us." In July 2022, LIV Golf requested to be accredited by OWGR after launching the previous month. This accreditation typically takes 1 to 2 years. However, Norman and LIV members criticized the delay in their application, especially as LIV players dropped in the rankings. Despite criticizing the rankings as flawed, LIV officials tried to get into the system. Last fall, LIV Golf tried to expedite the process by partnering with the little-known MENA Tour, hoping it would help them earn world ranking points. However, OWGR rejected this attempt, stating they didn't have enough time to review it. So things got a little heated. Last fall, the OWGR board rejected LIV's application. Sources revealed that LIV faced concerns about its competitive integrity. The OWGR had 2 main reasons for its decision: the 54-hole, no-cut format for 48-player fields, the limited opportunities for players to join LIV, and the lack of consequences for underperforming players. The key thing here is that this isn't about the players themselves. LIV players are skilled enough to be ranked. There's no question about that, as Peter Dawson, chairman of the OWGR board, pointed out in an interview with Global Golf Post last year. Should a tour whose formats are so different and whose qualification criteria are so different be ranked equitably with other tours that conform to the OWGR norm and have more competition to them than perhaps the closed shop that is LIV? As part of an agreement between the PGA Tour, DP World Tour, and Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, which is the financial supporter of LIV Golf, there was talk of these parties working together to assist LIV in getting considered for OWGR rankings. However, due to Norman's objections, PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan, DP World Tour CEO Keith Pelley, and Keith Waters from the International Federation of PGA Tours had previously stepped back from that assistance. Additionally, discussions between the PGA Tour and PIF have stalled since LIV recruited John Rahm, and the tour formed a partnership with private equity investment. Nobody is exactly sure what's going on in Greg Norman's head that leads him to such decisions, but whatever it is, it certainly makes you think he's at the very least not seeing clearly.